Why Americans are slowly falling into debt. Have you ever wondered why millions of Americans, even those with stable jobs, are drowning in debt? It's one of the biggest financial paradoxes in the world. The United States is one of the richest countries on earth. Yet, at the same time, its people carry trillions of dollars in personal debt. So what's really going on? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the culture of credit. In America, using credit is not just common, it's almost necessary. From a young age, people are encouraged to build a credit score. This number determines whether you can rent an apartment, buy a car, or even get a job in some cases. To build that score, people rely heavily on credit cards. Companies like Visa and MasterCard have made borrowing incredibly easy. With just a swipe, you can buy almost anything, even if you don't have the money. At first, it feels convenient, but over time, it becomes a trap. High interest rates mean that if you don't pay your balance in full, your debt keeps growing, silently. And before you realize it, a small purchase turns into a long-term burden. Now, let's look at the cost of living. In recent years, everyday expenses in the U.S. have increased significantly. Housing, groceries, transportation, everything is getting more expensive. In cities like New York City or Los Angeles, rent alone can take up a huge portion of a person's income. So what do people do when their salary isn't enough?
They borrow. They use credit cards to fill the gap between income and expenses. This creates a dangerous cycle. You borrow to survive, then you struggle to pay it back. Another major factor is student loans. Higher education in the United States is extremely expensive. Many students take out loans that take decades to repay. In fact, student debt has become a national issue. Organizations like Federal Reserve have reported that total student loan debt has reached staggering levels. For many young Americans, life begins with debt. Before they buy a house, before they start a family, they already owe thousands of dollars. Then comes healthcare. Unlike many countries, the U.S. does not have fully free healthcare. Medical treatments can be extremely costly. Even a short hospital visit can leave someone with a huge bill. As a result, many people turn to loans or credit cards just to pay medical expenses. And this kind of debt is often unavoidable. You don't plan to get sick, but when it happens, the financial impact can be devastating. Now let's talk about lifestyle pressure. Social media has changed the way people see success. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok constantly show luxury lifestyles, expensive cars, vacations, and designer brands. This creates pressure. People feel like they need to keep up, even if they can't afford it. So they spend money they don't have to live a life they can't sustain. And once again, they turn to credit. Another hidden factor is financial education. Many Americans are never properly taught how to manage money. They don't fully understand interest rates, debt cycles, or long-term financial planning. So when they get access to credit, they use it without fully realizing the consequences. This lack of awareness makes the problem even worse.
And finally, there's inflation. As prices rise, the value of money decreases. This means people need more money just to maintain the same lifestyle. But wages don't always increase at the same pace. So once again, people borrow to survive. When you combine all these factors, easy credit, high living costs, student loans, healthcare expenses, social pressure, and inflation, you start to see the full picture. This isn't just about poor decisions. It's a system. A system where borrowing is easy, but escaping debt is difficult. So, are Americans irresponsible with money? Not necessarily. Many are simply trying to keep up with a system that is becoming harder to manage. In conclusion, the rising debt in America is not caused by one single issue. It's the result of multiple pressures working together. And unless these deeper problems are addressed,
millions of people will continue to fall deeper into debt. So next time you hear about America's wealth, remember this. Behind that wealth, there's a growing reality, a nation where many people are living on borrowed money.